Hey guys, welcome to Silicon Valley Girl. Today we're going to talk about jobs of the future, jobs that will be in high demand in 2021. The thing is, what is happening right now, human labor is being replaced with the machines. And according to Future of Jobs Survey 2020, 85 million jobs will be displaced because of this shift from human labor to machines. But at the same time, 97 million roles would emerge. So today we're going to talk about those jobs of the future. So if you're thinking, what should I study? If you're at a stage of your life where you're thinking of shifting careers, this video is super important for you, because if you watch it up to the very end, you will understand the trends of the market. And the jobs that I'm going to mention are predicted to be in very high demand by the World Economic Forum. So if you're interested, please continue listening carefully. But before we go into the topic, please don't forget to hit the like button for the YouTube algorithm, and don't forget to subscribe to Silicon Valley Girl to not miss my next videos. Profession number one, data analyst and data scientist. So what do these people do? For example, imagine there is a company producing TVs, and there are so many data points this company is collecting. How many TVs are sold, how people use them, how often they switch them on, etc., etc., etc. In order to analyze this data, you need a professional, not somebody who would just tell you, oh, people switch your TV on at 5 p.m. every Saturday. As an owner, as a manager, you need some information that you can act on. For example, most of the people watch TVs on this time of day. Maybe you could offer them this, and this deal, etc. So it has to be actionable in one or another way. And this is what data analysts do. Salary for candidates with average experience is around $129,000 a year, and qualified candidates can make up to $185,000 a year. In terms of education, you would need a degree in computational or applied mathematics, or data science, or e-science. The next profession, AI and machine learning specialists. Now, AI is everywhere these days. When you scroll through your Instagram feed, the posts that you see are often you by an AI, because AI analyzes where your attention is, who's your favorite influencer, whose posts you read, whose photos you like, and then it ranges posts in the newsfeed accordingly. In order to create this AI, you need an AI specialist who can create this artificial intelligence. The salary for a candidate with an average experience is $148,000 a year. The best and most experienced candidate can make up to $195,000. And again, I am talking about average salaries in the US. If you go and work for a company in Silicon Valley or Bay Area, the salaries can be much higher. Here, you would need a master's degree in computer science or mathematics. Big data specialists. Job number 3. So at the beginning, we talked about data scientists. So if we imagine the data is here, data scientists are here, big data specialists are right here in the middle. They are responsible for transforming data to different formats so that data scientists will be able to work with it. The salary for these specialists is around $129,000. And again, you need a bachelor's degree in computer science, mathematics, or related field, and it's good to have a master's degree or a PhD as well. Digital marketing specialists. Digital marketing specialists are people who work with companies' marketing, but it's not only working with creative, it's not only working with different marketing channels, it's also analyzing data. The thing is, companies have so much data these days. For example, at LinguaTrip, we launch so many different campaigns. We use so many different creatives. We have so many data points where clients saw our ad and then opened our email and then tapped on our Instagram. And understanding the path that the client has gone through before making a purchase is really important. So a good digital marketing specialist would not only be able to create campaigns for a company, they would also be able to identify those funnels and say like, hey, the majority of your customers start on your website, then they open an email, then they do this, and that, and then they end up buying. And the weak point here are your emails, for example, because they unsubscribe at this rate, etc. So again, they are like data scientists. They analyze the data, they act on it, and they create more efficient marketing campaigns. Of course, these people don't work alone. Of course, they have a lot of help, and they have designers, they have people who manage campaigns, but a good digital marketing specialist is also a really good analyst. The average salary would be around $58,000 a year, and good specialists make around $85,000 a year. In terms of education, you would need a bachelor's degree in marketing or related field. And ideally, specialists like digital marketers would always enhance their skills by taking different courses, by participating in conferences and different masterminds, because the world of marketing is constantly evolving. By the way, if you want to become a marketing specialist, you need deep understanding of social networks and how they function. And if you're willing to explore how YouTube works, if you're willing to learn from me, I have a whole course on how I started and how I grew on YouTube. I have this channel, I have Lingua Marina channel with around 3 million followers, and I have a channel in Russian with over 1 million followers, and my companies have a couple of channels with over 600,000 followers. So if you're willing to learn how I utilize algorithm to grow our channels, if you're willing to learn how to create content, how to write scripts, how everything works on YouTube, the link will be below with a special promo code because you're watching this video. Process automation specialists. Again, we talked already about how many things are happening within a company these days, how many data points we have. And when we're talking about companies' internal structures, there are also a lot of things happening within a company. And process automation specialists will come and say, hey, why do you have 3 people doing some paperwork? Why don't you get this and this tool and automate this in order to optimize your workflow? Depending on the type of company, these specialists can also install different electronic parts, examine equipment, and detect potential defects. The average annual pay is around $75,000 a year. And in order to apply for this job, you would need a bachelor's degree in computer science, engineering, or information systems. Business development professionals. Basically, business development professionals are both sales and marketing people, and they are responsible for establishing new partnerships for the company, for recruiting new clients. And a lot of people who work as a business development manager are basically a B2B salesperson for a company, because when you are a B2B, when you're selling as a company to other companies, you're not just constantly talking to clients, you're establishing relationships. It takes months to close one client, so you go to meetings, you meet a lot of people from another company, so you're really developing business here. The average salary is around $57,000, but again, because you're doing sales, there is a part that is commission-based, and it's based on how many clients you were able to attract or how much business you were able to get for a company that you work for. Ideally, you would need a bachelor's degree in marketing or business. And I say ideally here because when we're talking about professions like digital marketing specialist, business development, etc., as an employer, for example, I do look at education, but I pay most of attention to a person's experience, to additional education that he or she has received, to conferences that they visited. Because again, these areas are constantly evolving, and you can't just say, hey, I did my bachelor's degree in marketing 10 years ago and I've been sitting at home for the past 10 years and I think I qualify for a job. Not really, because everyone is looking for experience. Everyone is looking for a specialist who's up to date with the market conditions. Digital transformation specialists. A lot of businesses these days are going from offline to online. And remember when we used to order taxis by calling a taxi service? Remember when we ordered flowers by calling someone? Now everything is an app. And a lot of businesses are going from offline to online. For some businesses, that means just creating a website or an app. For some businesses, that means bringing everything online, including their inventory, shipping, etc. And digital transformation specialist would come and say, hey, you can use this and this app to automate this process. I can hire some developers to code this, this, and this so you don't have to manage this manually. So these people bring business from offline to online and they optimize the online processes. The average salary is $112,000 a year, and you need a degree in computer science, information technology, or a related field. Job number 8 is the highest paid job in demand these days, according to Indeed.com. And this job is software developer. Software developer creates, designs, codes different products. The salary is around $100,000, but again, this is an average salary. I've heard about salaries around $1 million a year if it's a higher position, and you would need a bachelor's degree in computer science or software engineering. Now let's look at some green jobs that are in high demand according to the US Bureau of Labor Statistics. Wind energy technician is considered the fastest growing occupation these days. The demand for these professionals is considered to grow at 60% a year. Wind technicians install, repair, maintain, and operate turbines. The average salary is $53,000 a year, and in terms of education, you would need to attend a technician school or earn a certificate or associate's degree. Solar energy technicians are responsible for assembling, installing, and maintaining solar panels. The median salary in 2020 is around $60,000 a year, and no special education is required, just the training for a particular job. Urban grower, and this is pretty exciting. This is again one of the fastest growing jobs, and these professionals are responsible for growing plants and and fruit and vegetables on the roofs of the buildings. In San Francisco, we have the whole park, which is on the rooftop. It's Salesforce Park and it's elevated. And I lived on the 33rd floor and I was able to see a lot of rooftops. And every new building would have something green on the rooftop. Some would have palm trees. Like Salesforce Park has so many species of different trees from all over the world. And it is so exciting to see them grow on the second level, not on the ground. And people who are responsible for creating this are called urban growers. According to salary.com, they make around $80,000 a year. And in terms of education, you would need a bachelor's degree in sustainable agriculture or environmental studies. And the last, but definitely not the least, let's talk about healthcare jobs. Home health aide. A lot of people are getting older, more and more of us need help at home, and it's expected that over 1 million jobs will become available soon. There is no formal education required for a job, but if you have some medical training, that will be a bonus. On average, such specialists make around $12 an hour. Nurse practitioners. We've all been in 2020 and we've seen how the demand has grown for nurse practitioners. It was projected that it would grow at 50% from 2019 to 2020. I haven't found enough data for 2020, but I can only imagine it grew a lot faster. Nurse practitioners provide general and preventative care, conduct checkup, check illnesses, order lab tests, etc. Their average salary is around $97,000 a year, and you need a master's degree from an accredited program. If you don't want to get a master's degree and become a nurse, you can get a bachelor's or associate's degree and still become a nurse, but you would be called a registered nurse. So you'd perform similar tasks, hundreds of thousands of new positions in 2020, and the average salary is $70,000. And the last but not the least, physical therapist assistant. Again, the population is aging, more and more people need assistance from physical therapists, and many seniors end up requiring some form of physical rehabilitation, pain management, mobility assistance, or treatment as they age. Physical therapist assistants help people recover from injuries and illnesses. The average salary is around $55,000 a year. In terms of education, you need an associate's degree from an accredited program. Thank you guys so much for watching this video up to the very end. All the links to reports that I've used for this video will be below. Feel free to check them out. Feel free to research them. They have other professions as well, because I wasn't just able to mention everything in this video. I really hope that this video was useful for you guys. Please share it with your friends or family who are hesitating what they should study, what they should do with their lives. If you're not yet subscribed, don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button. We'll see you very soon. Bye.